Welcome, welcome one, welcome all. We seem so far away. But anyway, how is ev how let me see. No, this is too close. I felt like how how are you guys doing this fine evening or fine day?
Doing
Fantastic.
good.
Yes. Okay. Right,
Good evening to everybody out there. Big good evening.
yes. Big good evening. So Laredo, is how is it out in Canada? How's the weather like?
It's very cold. It's very windy. I can hear the wind. I'm sitting by my window. It is very windy today.
Oh goodness, goodness! It isn't too bad here in the UK. It's a little chilly, but not too bad.
It's been raining. So much rain we've had.
Yes, Lady Q, 3646, no 64. Welcome. Hope you've got your list. And so M Mac called up just to double check if he could put "Not Gonna Cry," even though it's on the album. Just wanted to double check. I said it's on the album. It's on the album. We should be expecting our special guest. Well, I won't even call her guest anymore because she's for a part of the show, and that is Miss Jackie McGee. So she'll come shortly. But anyway, how did you find this album, Lorraine? I'll start with you.
This is a really good album. So I didn't quite know which songs are going to be on this album. I didn't remember like what was on it. So there was like a lot of songs that I was listening to and I'm like, "Oh, I remember this song." And yeah, it's kind of like one of those albums where you don't really skip any songs. So
Mm.
it was pretty good. I really enjoyed it.
What about you, Stevie?
It's brought a lot of memories back for me because this was like my peak as a young guy going out clubbing. It's brought a lot of memories back. Certain clubs that I was in every Saturday night, certain women. I'm not going to go into all that. It's brought a lot of memories back. But as an album, it's a strong album, and it's given me a eureka moment. I've said on past podcasts that I always felt the year 1997 there was just a change in R&B, and I couldn't quite pinpoint what the change was and why. I thought the quality had kind of dipped from all the previous years in the 90s. And I think the eureka moment is this album, because if you think when Mary J. Blige released her debut album in 92 towards the fall of 92, summer fall of 92, and it was the birth of hip hop soul. I think I can say that 1997 with this album, which it's still very much a hip hop soul album, like New Jack ended towards 92 from say 87 to 92, that 5-year run. I think we're getting the end of hip hop soul with this album in 97, because from 98, 99 onwards, the sound of R&B changed. So now I've realized that what changed in 97, this hip hop soul genre changed, that it was basically it run its course. And this is a great album to run its course to. So that's what I'll say.
So this is 97. So just saying hello to everyone who's joined in. And Mac, welcome. Music tips and review, welcome. J Hud 72, welcome. Jesse online, welcome. Hey, Zay, welcome as well. I would say that yes, probably Mary's most cohesive album. This is my favorite Mary album of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, and especially coming off of My Life, which was an emotional album. It was put you in a mood. It was put you in a very low mood listening to My Life. But when this came on, it just felt, even the first video when she was, I think she was on some beach, and what was the first single? Love Is All We Need with Nas. It was different. It was a little bit more upbeat. It just felt lighter, and I loved the fact that actually it wasn't overly sampled, because My Life was heavily sampled. Even the debut album had a lot of the hip hop samples, but this was just felt different. Mary was in a different space, and so this has definitely been my favorite Mary album. Hold on one second. I'll let you guys talk. I've got a call come through.
It's not Rodney Jerkins on the phone, is it? It's not
Probably
Jackie McGee on the phone, is it? It's not. Wow.
somebody big.
Possibly. How did you feel rating this album then?
It's hard. It was a really good album. Like I said, I was really young. My sister, I have an older sister, so that's why I know a lot of these songs. She's a big Mary J. Blige fan. So I heard those songs, but I just didn't remember what was on this record. But it was hard to rate for me.
Not remember any of the singles at the time, or would you been too young?
I do. I remember Love Is All We Need, that music video. I think it was like a fashion show. I didn't go back and watch it just yet, but I think it was like a fashion show. I know Nas is a part of the video too. I Can Love You. I remember that too with Little Kim. I think those two. And of course, Not Gonna Cry, because that was big with the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack and movie.
Yes.
So I definitely remember that. And her look is just something, it's like classic that everybody redoes. So those things stood out to me.
Yeah.
I like the styling of this, the styling on this album as well. It's really good styling. She looks great, doesn't she? You know?
Yeah.
And it's funny, you see them shades now that she's wearing, very popular now in like Afro beats and things like that. So again, she was ahead of her time. Totally ahead of her time. Way ahead of her time.
Can you check what was that still Uptown, or was that MCA or Geffen? What was the label?
That's a good question, Namdi. It's got MCA, BMG, but BMG in the UK though.
Okay, but did the Uptown Cat, was that on there anymore?
No, I don't see it anywhere.
So this was when Andre was moved to Motown. And Mary just left Uptown. I think Chris Williams mentioned that okay. Oh, we had her and then she's coming. Yeah, so MCA. So this is when she left Uptown. And this, Uptown, when Puffy went and started Bad Boy, he took almost a third of Uptown with him. And then Andre took a lot of the fire and the energy, and they just moved. He then took the option to go to Motown, and that was a disaster. But it just spelt the decline in Uptown, especially with Mary going, and then Jodeci subsequently went and did stuff with Jodeci, with Death Row. So that was a time. But yeah, hi, Miss Samuel. But this was definitely, as I said, I've always loved this album. I've always loved what Mary, how she sang on this, and the theme as well. Yes, Jackie was trying to get in. I think she's having technical difficulty, but she'll join us in now. Okay, I hear her again.
She must be driving.
Wow. Okay.
Can y'all see me?
We can see you. How you
Where
doing?
you calling from, Jackie? You calling from Alaska?
It's cold. We got snow.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. We have snow. And I had to get out of my car. I got stuck by the mall. So I had to come inside the mall. I'm sitting inside Nordstrom.
I thought you were like, okay, I'm gonna, because you can see the picture of Mary right behind me. I thought, okay, I'm gonna come. You got the hats and everything. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's freezing outside. I just got in here, and I was like, I gotta rock what I got.
I was going to say, Jackie McGee, tonight you are Mary J. Blige.
Oh my gosh! Don't say that, Stevie. You already know the history with that. They were trying to make me the queen of hip hop, soul, the queen of the ghetto first. That wasn't for me. It was for Mary.
Yeah.
She earned that. She earned that spot for sure.
Is there any part of you that when she was blowing up, did you think, oh man, that could have been my spot that Andre was trying to get? Back in the day,
No,
though.
not really. I think with me going with Hiram Hicks instead of staying with Dre with Andre Harrell, um, I kind of regretted that part of it because I know that Andre would have fought for me, like crazy with MCA Universal because he was already in there, with Uptown Records. So I think that was my biggest mistake. Um, because Andre, he did believe in me as well. So I don't regret it. I think it was for Mary for sure. That's my girl. I love Mary, and I think that was for her. It wasn't for me. So she took the crown. She took that joint. Can y'all hear me? What happened? I don't hear y'all now.
Can't
Yeah,
hear
we can hear
Namdi.
you. We can hear
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah. What
I
did you
can hear you
make
now.
of "Share My World" as an album?
Okay. First of all, y'all know how I feel about all these albums having too many songs. I felt that, first of all, this is one of my favorite Mary albums, right? But I still felt like it was too many songs on the record. Um, they had a lot of dope songs that I love, but I felt like it was too many songs. It's like what, 17 with the or what is 17 with two
With
interludes or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah, that's correct.
And yeah, I felt like that was too many because it's a lot of album fillers, on there. That I was like, oh, okay, what's this song? So when you got like five joints right behind each other and they hot, that's the album to me right there. So nothing else matters. You got five, 6 joints that's fire. Then it's like, okay, the rest of the album don't really matter. But I still believe that this is one of her best albums for sure.
Mm, yeah. You're right. So there's 17 songs, 3 interludes, so that's 14. Um, and there's because they had what was the song? They had a remake on it and stuff. But
Oh, the
anyway,
Natalie Cole song.
yeah. What was that?
Oh, our
Um,
love,
Pardon?
our love.
Yeah, I love. Yeah,
Our
yeah.
Love. Yeah, that's
Big
the
shout
Natalie
to
Cole
big
joint.
shout to Benson's for the super chat, by the way. He sent you another super chat, Namdi. Big
Benson's. Yesterday, Benson's was in full form. We did a Michael Jackson talk, so he was in full force. I love, yeah, that's the Witten Tume. Okay, okay.
Uncle
It,
M2 man.
yes, he was on that, but yeah, but as I said, especially Jackie coming off of My Love, the My Life album, and that's sort of like that was I wouldn't say depressing, but it was a tough album, and so this was a nice departure from that, and brought some energy as well.
Yeah, you know how well, for R&B, and I've said this before, you know, we sell records off of pain, and people love to, you know, dwell on somebody else's pain to just, misery like company. So when you hear those songs and they're sad songs and it's like, oh, I'm heartbroken, or this dude left me, or a guy saying this chick left me, or whatever, and you listening to these records, this is how they sell records because they pull on the misery part of your life and the pain of your life. So that sells records. But at the same time, it's like you said, I don't want to listen to no record that everything sound hurtful. Like it's just painful the whole way. And it's like that's when you start looking because most of these artists are singing from their pain. And then, you start looking at the artist like, oh man, what's going on with you? You all right? You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm like you, Namdi. I feel like everything is not about pain. And this album was more up for her. It brought her out of the pain, you know. Um, the pain era where it was just painful. Yeah, I'm like, I was hurting for her. I was like, I don't want to listen to that record either. I was like, no, Mary, girl, you got me crying. But yeah.
Yeah, we have to introduce you to Lorena. She's out in Quebec.
You in Canada.
Yeah. So I understand the
Wow.
cold.
Yes. And you got ridiculous. No, your understanding of cold is something different. Oh my gosh. Canada is another beast.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
a different kind of cold beast. No, thank you. But I
Yes,
love Quebec. It's beautiful.
yes. I mean, before we start, I know there was the small drama with Salt and Pepper over expressions, and it was almost going to get out of hand. But how have things been with yourself and Salt? Because the people did wanted to know how that is. Is it are things resolved? Are things back? Are you guys back cool or?
I mean, we're cool because, bottom line is, we all have to treat each other like sisters and brothers. And we did talk. We did, map out a lot of stuff. Did we get to the bottom of everything? No. But we did get to, you know, where we needed to get to with it to make it make sense. Um, I can't go into it,
Yeah, no, of course.
about what's going to happen or what won't happen. Um, but for now, it's cool. We cool. I get where what page she's coming from, but at the same time, I'm not backing down on what I know I put into the record, and
Mhm.
and I'm going to stay with that.
Yeah.
That's it is what it is. You know, a melody is a melody, and a melody, you know, when you write a melody, and that's what sells the record. That hook is the melody that I came up with. And I'm like, nobody taking that can take that away from me. Absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
know?
Well,
I
it's
think
good.
why it's
Cool.
important. Why I think it's important you get that credit on that record, Jackie, because you never know now with streaming, adverts, the internet, what records from the past end up being trendy again. Like these in this country, there's a record by Alison Limerick called "Where Love Lives," which has been used in an advert. Everyone's running around trying to find a 30-year-old record. So if that Salt and Pepper record ends up on an advert or trends on TikTok, that's a lot of 30 years later. That's money you could be making. So it is important. I
Right.
feel you get your credit on the track. It could come back around again. It's got a big hook.
Yeah.
It's got some girls rapping. That's the sort of thing put up on an advert one day. Millions of people around,
Hmm.
see it. I think you should, if you can get your credit on it, definitely go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Thank you.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
as Jackie said, that you guys are talking and doing it off camera, not and not
yeah.
mudslinging in
But
public.
I'm just trying to give another angle why I think it's important with music from the past coming back round now, which is happening a lot. A lot. You got a lot of younger generation looking back to records from the past and bringing them back. So it's important.
Yeah. And it is. It is. Like I said, we we gotta continue to sort out whatever. But one thing I will say, Cheryl didn't give me any. I didn't hear the song from Cheryl. I heard it from Herbie Lovebug. He was the one that asked me to come in and fix it with Stanley Brown, producer Stanley Brown, and you know they had something that somebody did. I didn't want to hear it because once you hear what somebody else did, it will influence what you have to do. So I didn't want it to influence me. But Herbie gave me the idea of the song, which was expressions, what Salt had come up with, expressions, express yourself. So the melody is what I came up with. And I took her lyrics and I came up with this melody, and then I added my little swag to it. So in all actuality, I would say, and we talked about this, I would say she wrote the hook with me without being there. I'll put it that way. Um, she wasn't there. All I had was her lyrics, to work with, the expressions, express yourself. And I had to come up with the melody and stuff by myself. So to be fair, like I said, I'll say we wrote it together without being in the studio together. Does that sound crazy?
That's fine. But at least you guys
It's
have
not like
spoken.
you've got the lyrics, you've read the verses, and you put something in a chorus that goes with them verses, and she was probably thinking the same thing as well. Either way, you should all be credited on that record.
Right.
Be credited.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair,
But I
really.
love,
Argument.
everybody, and
I mean, Salt and Pepper got enough records to say, look, you have to credit.
Look,
We've got enough.
That's right.
Albums.
I agree. Stevie gonna get me stirred up.
Yeah.
He know I'm about to act up.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. 100%
God
with you,
bless.
Stevie.
Look what happened to Angie Stone. It sounds to me like she was on the verge or trying to get a lot of money, stuff she wasn't credited for. And unfortunately, she's not here to tell the tale now. She was fighting for that. I mean, she was really fighting for that. And that would have set her up for the rest of her life, really.
Well, you know what it is, too.
Jack, you're still out there running around working hard. And, if you've got records in the past that you've not got credited for, you need to, if you can, get that sorted. You really do, because that's money.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. That's true, and that's why I had talked about it before when I talked about it with Namdi, but of course I was like, the Most High told me leave it alone, and I guess he was telling me to leave it alone he knew what was gonna come up now, 4 years later. I believe it came up at the right time because they had just gotten their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, situation. And then, the guy, I don't know if it was a female or a guy from Golden Era Stories, posted it up. And I was like, wow, perfect timing. I was like, okay, it is what it is, but I'm not running from nothing. And, as far as I'm concerned, I don't feel like, and like I said, I'm not going to step back. I gave my stuff away then, you know what I mean? Because I was on the road, I was doing a lot of stuff, and I wasn't focused. I wasn't focused on, okay, let me get my publishing. Let me do this, let me do that. Because I was, once I did Salt and Pepper, I was going out with Toto. So I wasn't even thinking about, let me put in for my publishing, because I had money. And I had money from my record deal. Plus I had, money from working with other people, just doing whatever. So I didn't have to think about money. So I wasn't even thinking about, the publishing. The point, yes, me and Herbie went back and forth with the point, for the record, a percentage of the record, but the record label, Next Plateau, didn't want to give me that. And, Herbie was looking all sad and whatever. So I was like, just use it. But now it's like, we'll work out whatever. I ain't worried about it. Just go ahead. And when you do that, you mess up yourself, because now, that's what my children should have. And one thing I did say to Salt, and this is something I'm not going to hide, I said, you already have credit for producing the record and writing the record. You have to be fair enough to say that I wrote on the record too. Like you can't take that away from me. And like I said, we basically collaborated on the hook together, but her not being there. She wasn't there. I had lyrics, that's it. I created a melody, with my Shaka Khan in my head, my Shaka Khan version in my head. And, that's what came out, and that was the hook that everybody.
Listen, you're not asking for the whole pie here. You're not asking for the whole pie. You're asking for a slice of the pie.
That's right.
It's,
That's right. You're right, Stevie. You're right.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go upbeat now, and we're going to talk about. We're going to go with this album, which did 3 or 4 million. Mary's "Share My World" album, "Share My World," and so they are, as we mentioned, there are 14 songs, but we're going to do our top 10, and so that also means that our number ones will be a mystery. So if you guys think about your 10 favorites, and we're going to start with 10, work our way down to number one. um I wouldn't imagine anyone putting interludes and stuff. I'm going to go to my list. As I said, I always use a playlist here, and number 10 for me was a song that was and I would say that Darkchild did some amazing production on this. And what I liked about his production on this album is that actually it didn't sound like what he ended up doing a year, 2 years later. So when he did a lot of Mary J, when he did
Brandy.
Tony Braxton and all this stuff, he started to, even Brandy, he started to have a sound that okay, you can tell.
Yeah.
In this, it was a very much an R&B production, and it was something that you wouldn't know it's him. He didn't use his name. One or two songs, but this one at number 10 for me is a song produced by Rodney and his brother, and it's called "Searching." And yeah, so "Searching" for me, I just love the difference of it. Love the drums and the production on that. So number 10 for me is "Searching," produced by Rodney Jerkins.
What, number
Okay.
10 now? What's going on here? Number 10, you got Searching at number 10. It's got one of the best bits. It's got one of the best bits of music on the album from Roy Ayers. The legendary Roy Ayers on it. What's going on?
Ah, you got him started.
It made top 10. It made top 10.
Dear me, that's blasphemy. Absolute
No,
blasphemy.
I don't
In
think
fact,
so.
have you even a singing on that record? It's one of the best, one of the best bits of vocal throughout on the album.
Lady Q put "Searching" at number 14. So
No, dear me.
What did you put for your number 10, Stevie?
I had a tie, and I had a tie between two tracks.
What you coming up with?
I don't know. They ain't getting past number 10 for me. They're coming at number 10, and it was actually released as a double-headed single in the UK. Both "Round and Round" and "7 Days" came out as a single with remixes. "Round and Round" produced by Token Pole, and "7 Days" is written and produced by a guy called, you probably never heard of him, he's called Malik Pendleton. Jackie may have heard of him. He actually recorded an album for MCA, and it never came out. I think it was MCA anyway. The real hardcore, Malik Pendleton.
Oh, Malik, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the hardcore soul collectors know that name. But
Yeah.
He recorded a whole album, wrote for others. It never quite happened for him. And I think also Craig David at the UK heard 7 Days as well. Because if you listen to the song, it goes, "We got on a Monday, da 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 on a Tuesday, da 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 on a Wednesday." This is what I think he heard this Mary J. Blige record and wrote 7 Days off the back of it. But anyway, it's either one of them. I can't decide.
Stevie, those are 14 songs. Those are two different songs. It's not like.
Well, all right, I'll have because Craig Davis had his album reissued over the weekend. His first album with 7 Days on. I'm gonna pick 7 Days. Why not, eh? And it's wrote by Malik Pendleton. And there's an act. Don't look him up. Malik Pendleton. There's one for you.
Okay. So Stevie has. Okay, I see that. To me, it's a probably one of the better songs on the album. But hey, Lorena, what did you get to number 10?
Okay, so number 10, I was stuck choosing which one would go at number 10, but I settled on "It's On" with R. Kelly.
What?
So
Wow.
that is my choice for number 10.
I thought it was an R. Kelly record when I first started listening to it again. I thought
It is an R. Kelly record.
Yeah.
So have they put it on? Is it like is it the wrong track or something? Has it snuck on here by mistake?
Yeah, because she's only on the second half of the song.
Yeah.
It was written and produced by R. Kelly.
Maybe for an R. Kelly album. I think that song was for an R. Kelly album. It ended up on Mary
It probably
J's.
was.
Could have been.
It probably was. Mm-hmm.
Good track though.
Wow.
It is a good track.
At number oh, you guys are killing me. Jackie, what's number 10 for you?
My number 10 is my boy, my friend, Bryce Wilson.
Okay.
His track, Get to Know You Better. And you know what? I'll put it this way. For Bryce, that wasn't a Bryce sound. Just like how you were saying, Darkchild didn't really have his sound yet. You know, his sound that we would recognize. I felt like that wasn't Bryce's sound either. I think that everybody was kind of, besides Jimmy and Terry and Babyface and besides Jimmy and Terry and Babyface, I think that everybody, and Darkchild, I think that everybody else was trying to find a Mary sound to fit in to Mary's sound, you know, that she had. It to me, they were trying to mimic, you know, some tracks that she had already. And I felt that way with this song from Bryce, but I still like it. I liked it, you know, from Mary. Sometimes Mary tend to go a little, you know, and people are scared to say it, but Mary goes flat a lot when she sings. And you know, that's my girl, I love her. But a lot of times when she's singing, she goes flat. And to me, a lot of producers don't correct it, but Jimmy and Terry corrected it. Babyface corrected it. Darkchild corrected it. On one of them, I think he let it slip a little bit, but I felt like she did a pretty good job on this one.
What about the bridge, Jackie? About the bridge, la 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 la. You kind of drifting off.
Only Steve.
I do like the guitar though. That guitar in the track is really strong.
Yeah.
I think that makes the track out. Diddling,
That you're diddling.
I thought it sampled
Stevie gonna break it down.
Some 70s rare groove soul track, but it's the bridge for me. The bridge it's a near perfect record. Apart from that bridge.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
Here goes Stevie. You already know.
Stevie wanted to.
When you drift off.
Goodness.
I can only imagine what number that is for you, so I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Get ready, Dandy.
You do right. Number 9 for me is where was this? Yeah. A track by Tone and Poke, but also George Golden Fingers Pearson. He also did this one, and I actually interviewed him. He was a producer that was discovered by Jimmy Love Jenkins, and he actually did stuff with 702 as well. Keep Your Head Up, yeah, at number 12 for me. Love some of the vibes in this particular track. Yes, Tone and Poke also. It didn't feel as if their natural sound, and I think somebody mentioned about Rodney's. Everyone that was lining up, the producers were lining up to give her beats, and then Darkchild just had his beats that he just did something different. He wanted to be different from what everyone else is, and she picked his stuff. And as I said, Tone and Poke, it didn't sound like them. They didn't. Because if you listen to what they did with the R. Kelly album or LL Cool J, they didn't expose themselves as much as they normally would on this album. So maybe you're right that they just wanted to get on there. So whatever it took, yeah. So Keep Your Head Up is number 9 for me. David, what about you?
There seems to be an issue with your sound this evening now. There's a lot of, I don't know if it's coming from your mic or your headphones, but it's like a
No,
muffled.
it's Jackie's one.
Is it?
Can you hear it again? Can you hear the noise?
I thought it was coming from you, actually. It sounds like it's coming from you, Namdi.
No,
Oh, it's
can you
gone
hear?
now.
Yeah,
gone.
it's Jackie's. The Jackie's
mine.
outside. Yeah,
Oh.
she's outside. That's fine. That's fine.
I'm
That's fine.
sorry, y'all.
That's all right.
Yeah. Steve, what about you?
Mine is the la 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 la. I'll be here all night doing that. Get to know you better. I like the guitar. Diddling, din, din. It's a real deep
Where do
dive.
you get this diddling?
Diddling, din, din. That's the beginning of the track. It's like, oh yeah, I like that. That 70s kind of soul vibe to it, and but you know, like a jazz funk, slowed down like jazz funk fusion, rare groove to the track. But Get to Know You Better, yeah, good track. Pap the bridge. Did something. If they'd done something else on the bridge, I'd have been happy. Overall, I do like this track. Good track. That's
Yeah. What about you?
Okay, so for number 9, I'm gonna follow along. It's Get to Know You Better. I wasn't hearing the same things that Stevie was hearing, but I think it's a great track. So that's number 9 for me.
You didn't have to diddly. Okay. Jackie, what's the number 9 for you?
I got all kind of stuff going on in the background. I got Christmas music. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's right.
I'm in Nordstrom's. Okay. My number 9 is the title of the album. Share My World.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What?
Yep, that's my number 9. I wasn't crazy about Share My World, the song. I wasn't crazy about that song. I like it, but it didn't give me Rodney. You know what I mean? It didn't give me Rodney. I didn't get Rodney Jerkins. Darkchild. I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I didn't get that feel.
I massively disagree with you on that.
I already know you do.
I thought we did. I thought that was his mid-90s trademark sound, that with the keyboards and you know, but that's a great thing.
It didn't catch me like the other stuff. I just put it down.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting.
Shocked and surprised. Okay. Getting on to number 8 for me. And I wonder if has anyone who said this one? Who I'm just looking for the producer. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's going back to Tone and Poke, and it was round and round we go, dun, 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 where we feel, dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So round and round.
You put that higher than Searching.
Yeah.
How? I don't know, man. How?
Yeah.
Did you figure that one out?
It was better. I did like it. I prefer the production. So it felt more Tone and Poke in that one as well. Yeah. So I did prefer it. Yeah, Searching was okay, you know. But the other songs are on it. Other songs on it. But Round and Round, number 8 for me.
I thought it was quite a bit boring, that track, to be honest. A bit boring. Round and round I go. It's like going on a Ferris wheel, round and round. And after a bit, you just want to get off it because you're feeling sick. So, yeah.
What did you include?
Anyway, what we on number 8?
Yeah.
I've gone for the track that did surprise me because I don't remember listening to it at the time much. And I said it earlier. I was like, hold on, have they got this? What's this R. Kelly track doing on the album? Have they put it on wrong or something? Is it like a misprint on the CD or something? But no, R. Kelly and Mary J. It's a number 8. It's on. It's on. It's a trademark 90s like ballady, mid-tempo-y sound to it, which I do like. R. Kelly's songwriting is always spot on. You can't take anything away from him there. But yeah, it's on tonight. It makes my number 8. It could get a bit higher, but I'll place it at number 8. That'll do for me. Solid duet. Not a killer, but it should have been on an R. Kelly album, not on a Mary J.
You should have.
Should have been R. Kelly featuring Mary J. Blige.
Okay. Lorena, what did you put for your 8?
So for me, number 8, this is where I put one of Rodney Jerkins' songs, and that is Searching with the Roy Ayers.
Wow, you got it number 8.
Yes, I have it at number 8.
Wow.
Okay.
It's only me who appreciates Roy Ayers tonight. The late Ayers.
I mean, it made the list. I do appreciate it.
You see that?
It's from another generation, isn't it? You know, Roy Ayers is from a generation before the 90s, before hip hop. So I understand. I get it.
Yeah, it was okay. Searching. Yeah.
I mean, the original Roy Ayers track, Searching, is a classic. It's a classic. Classic record.
Yep.
Okay. Number 7 for me.
Why are you picking number 7?
Jackie.
What happened to my number 8?
Yeah, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Get to number 7 fast on them. Okay, my number 8 is Tone and Pope. Round and Rounds. Same thing as you, Nambi. Same thing as you. Round and Round. That's my number 8.
Yeah. It was. I like piano songs. I like piano songs. Number 7 for me is bless you. Get to Know You Better, Bryce Wilson. I actually didn't realize that Bryce did the track. He wrote and produced it. And this was the time he mentioned that Groove Theory were that gone their separate ways, and so he just put himself straight into producing and stuff. But I did like the vibe of it. I did like maybe I didn't like the Stevie Wonder la la la. It almost felt like it almost felt a little gimmicky because I think you can tell that she isn't okay. People were talking about how Faith Evans is a different type of singer. So you in this album you knew Mary's range, and you knew that she had a range, and a song like this, I can imagine say Kelly Price or Faith Evans, giving it a little bit more oomph in the chorus and stuff, but it was still a nice little vibe. So I can't remember what I just said now. Yeah, so go Get to Know You Better at number 7. Yes.
It's a lot of background noise here. Anyway, my number 7, kind of similar in vibe to Get to Know You Better in terms of, again, it feels like some 70s slow down, like rare groove jazz fusion, but keep your head. That's really grown on me the last few weeks that I've been listening to it, actually. It could have been higher. It's another poke and tone production. It doesn't list any samples. I think they've took it from something, because that's all poke and tone ever did, sample things. You know, their whole production career was taking, big records and put raps and singing on it. Yeah, I'd say they were like a pound shop P Diddy poke and tone, weren't they? Pound shop P Diddy. But, or say a dollar store P Diddy type. You got a dollar store type production out of them that P Diddy would do. But anyway, Keep Your Head is at number 7 for me. Oh, I'm being controversial tonight. I'm being controversial. Don't take what I say literally, though, please. Don't. You know what I mean? It can be a bit tongue in cheek sometimes.
Rita, what about you? What number 7?
For number 7, I have 7 Days with George Benson.
What?
That comes in at number 7 for me.
Ooh.
What? Wow. Okay.
Took her for a drink on Monday. We went out on Wednesday. Get to know each other better by Thursdays.
Yeah, we all rate these songs differently. Okay, Jackie, what about you? What got to number 7 for you?
My number 7 is the same thing my girl said over there. 7 days.
Wow.
Malik.
At number 7.
That's my number 7. I agree with you, boo. I agree with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I think some of us have songs. We listen to songs differently.
How did Miss Swabion has Missing You at number 7? How did Miss Swabion? How did you not fall asleep listening to that record? How did you? Was you still awake at the end of that record? I just don't know. I'm missing you. Oh dear.
Yeah,
Dear.
I think it's different with the Missing You and Not Gonna Cry, and I think you can tell that. I don't know what Babyface was in the zone when he did Not Gonna Cry, and I think
Yeah.
it was almost like, I think I've got a song that I wrote 6 years ago. Let me just sing this. But I don't think I even put Missing You in my top 10. But number 6 for me is I Was Your Lover and Your Secretary. Not Gonna Cry.
Really?
Good.
All the way at
Yeah.
6?
It's all the way. Is that high or low?
Wow.
Does that seem low or does it seem high?
It seems low.
Yeah.
That seems low. Okay. Yeah. No. It's yeah. No. I did let me see if I look at my. Yeah. No. Because my other songs, I really do appreciate them better. I really do appreciate them better. But I loved the story. I loved it actually sounded like she was singing from, maybe she still remembered KC when she was singing this, man. It felt real. When you listen to it, it didn't feel like a song. It felt like she was just telling you, really, really being almost like, she was narrating a story, and she was really believable.
True.
And I think she I loved her vocals in it. So I think Babyface caught it just right for her. 11 years. I think the film came out 30 years ago.
Yeah, they're doing the anniversary. There was like an anniversary special.
Yeah. I mean, that was the whole vibe, the album.
Yes, it was.
Was it this?
Yeah, it came out 30 years. So yeah, just
Wow. There's the DVD.
Classic.
The DVD.
Classic.
Yeah. I mean, somebody was saying it was on the way to, but it's on the album as well. So it wasn't a bonus track. It was the proper album. It was on the album, so it's on the album, not as a bonus track, as a full-on song. So based on the song, I actually preferred this to Babyface's version when he got. What did Babyface do for her? I just thought that her version, that song was better than.
Then what?
Missing you. I put me asleep. Yeah. So that's number 6. That's mine there. Yeah. Not Gonna Cry at number 6. Stevie, what's your number 6?
How old was that record though? Not Gonna Cry. Did it come out in 94? Was it 95? I can't remember.
It came out. Did it come out in 90?
94.
97? Was it 97?
Maybe it came out. If it's 30 years of anniversary, probably came out in 95.
Wow.
96 maybe.
Yeah, year ago. Anyway, my number 6 is a record that I heard a lot in a particular club that I was going to back then. And I kind of wish now that I'd bought the vinyl, the double vinyl that come out, because it's worth a lot of money now. It is worth quite a bit of money on Discogs. And I do remember the DJ playing this cut from vinyl. There may be a 12-inch promotional copy on vinyl as well, but the only thing I don't like about this record is the rap. I was never a big fan of the locks, and they sound terrible on this. They sound absolutely terrible. But the record produced by Rodney Darkchild Jerkins, amazing. You know, I think it's a good track to dance to. It could have been higher, apart from that awful rap, which needs editing out. Can't Get You Off My Mind is at number. Like I say, I don't mess about with my opinions, Mandy. They're strong opinions, you know. You don't have to agree with them, but, you know.
No, the Locks rap was terrible on that. I agree with you, Stevie.
Awful. Awful. You know?
That rap was trash.
Okay.
Sorry, Locks, if you tuned in. I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you.
Jadakiss.
Maybe I didn't
go.
We love the Locks, but that was trash.
You know what?
That was for a check. That was for a check.
P. Diddy lowered the standards of rap for me when he signed, you know, the Locks and Mace. For what is this? How can we go from Big Daddy Kane and Chuck D and Cool Keith and Eric Sermon to Mace?
But I thought that.
How could we go that
But
far
I thought
down?
that he was. I thought that Mace was good for Diddy. I thought he worked well. You know.
He was very, you know, he had this one monotone, didn't he, about his rap. I was like, oh no.
So funny.
You know, throw some big sample underneath him, and he got away with it because there was some, you know, Kool and the Gang sample that everybody knew. You know, I've got some singers like Total to sing over it and mask the fact that the rap is just like, oh dear. I'll tell you what, Craig Mack was good. Just a shame he didn't ever give him any money. Craig Mack was good.
Lorena, what's your number 6?
So for me, for number 6, I also put Can't Get You Off My Mind. I love the Locks. I think they're great. Yes, this is not their best verses, but the best way to showcase themselves. But yeah, I have that at number 6.
Okay. Jackie, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is Missing You. And I know you said that that's depressing and it's boring. You know what? I still like the song a lot because I felt like, I'm like you, I agree with you, Nimby. Babyface didn't do what he did on Not Gonna Cry at all. He didn't pull that out of her. And maybe, I don't know who she was thinking about when she was singing Not Gonna Cry. Maybe it was, you know, some Casey shenanigans, but she, you know, she gave it. We felt it. We felt all of that. With Missing You, we don't feel it as much, of course, as Not Gonna Cry, but I still felt like I still felt Mary in it. My Mary, you know, my little Mary swag off of it, and I felt not pain, but I felt it like, okay, I might be depressed today a little bit, so I'm gonna sing. I missed this mother effer. But yeah, that's my number 6. I'm sitting over here by myself, and then all of a sudden these people come, and I'm like, where do y'all come from? But she got up and she left. Well, go ahead.
Okay.
I act like I own them all, like I own.
What was your number 6, Jackie? What was your number 6?
It was Missing You.
Missing. Oh, come on. That's just. Oh.
Where were you? Where were you when we were just talking about Missing You?
That record makes me fall asleep.
It makes you fall asleep because you're not getting into the whole married thing of, you know, following her with, maybe that's one of her depressed days. You know, she might have been going through something that day. She was missing Boo Boo. You know.
So Joseph wrote that Mary said that she hated the Babyface songs "Missing You" and "Not Gonna Cry." At that time, she later admitted it hit too close to home for her.
Wow.
But that's why she probably should have liked it later even more because what we felt from the songs was, we felt her pain, and pain sells, and that's sad. It's disgusting that our pain sells. We can't sell joy. We can't sell no damn happy songs. Nobody want to hear the happy songs. People want to hear all the painful songs, and that's sad. But that's what sells. That's what get the platinum records. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if this is Roddy's new YouTube channel. Love how you bring music and stories into light. I wonder if this is Rodney. Um, so
Let's
yeah,
go.
if it is Rodney,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he's jumped on a number of times, so we'll see. All right, number 5 for me. Actually, I don't know. You guys didn't like this one. Can't get you off my mind.
I did. Apart from that.
Jump on my mind. Yeah, I would maybe I can. I did prefer it without the rap. I love the I love the yeah, I love the whole production. I love but as I mentioned, with how Rodney played with his keyboards and stuff. But as I said, Rodney did talk about having a genre. Oh goodness, it is Rodney.
Wow.
Hey, Rodney
So,
Jerkins.
yeah, Rodney in
Darkchild,
the
we love
house.
you. We love you, Rodney.
Yeah, Rodney's in the house. Well done. Well, we appreciate you. Yeah, I
We
did.
won't tell them what they all said about Share My World earlier. Deary me, guys.
But then
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna get in trouble by myself for the track,
Yeah.
for the title track. We'll talk about that later,
What he
Rodney.
says, I can give you the best story in the world about that. So, Rodney, do you want to join in? I can send you I'll send you the link to love you back. I'm gonna send you the link to see if if you are gonna join in. Hold on, I'm gonna put it in here. Let me see how it is. It would be great if you could just come on for a second uh, to let us know about that. But yeah, it would be great because it would be great if you can join in, Rodney. That would be great. But yeah, for me, number 5 was "Can't Get You." I just loved the. There's something about piano, something about the little piano samples in there, and how different it was. And it felt light and stuff. So definitely that made number 5 for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man,
Stevie.
the Locks was getting a check. The
Yeah,
Locks was getting a check for that one.
had they come out?
We need Rodney to come on. We need Darkchild to come on so he could tell us why the Locks was on that Mary track, because I just thought that, it took away from that song. You know what I mean? I thought the song was a dope song, but the Locks rapping on it, to me, it took away from it. So, I don't know. I'm not gonna beat down your number 5.
Fox rap on one track, and then you've got the Little Kim rap on another, which is that Little Kim rap, which we'll get to, is mind-blowing. Huge difference,
Yeah,
Crazy.
I think.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think you're right that if I could come to think about it, and I didn't think much of it. The track was so hot that I kind of skipped over the rap. It just felt that way. But anyway, okay. Stevie, what did you get for your number 5? Oh! Here he is.
Wow.
We needed you on
here. So I don't have much time, but I appreciate the love. But I'm gonna give you a couple tidbits. All right. So, well, the Locks the reason the Locks would have been on that is because I think Mary at the time was just trying to incorporate New York hip hop artists, street artists like Nas. I think he was on another record. Little Kim was on of course, I Can Love You. So I think it was more so her just kind of, keep that balance of the hip hop and the street stuff. It was never a conversation of other artists to be on that record, by the way. It wasn't like, oh, I should get, what if we got this person on this person? It was never that. It was just like, the Locks it was a New York thing. That's what I think. I think if you really, in that time, the New York thing was so big, right? And like if you had like the Tunnel popping, or if you had Hot 97 popping, that's what it was about for that song. And then the other thing about that song, the story I was going to tell you was this. So what was the Puff song with Mace, the big song, Can't Hold Me Down? So check this out. Mary told me when we was working on the music, I was mastering the album at the Hit Factory with Herb Powers. And Mary told me to not play. She said, whatever you do, don't play this music for Puff.
Wow.
She said, whatever you do not play it for Puff. She told me that. Because you got to remember too, this was Mary's first time making an album where she was really writing everything. This was everything was coming off of her heart, right? And but she told me, she's like, don't play the music for Puff. And I slipped up. I was in mastering, and Stevie J and Puff just so happened to be at the studio at the same time when I was mastering that song. And it wasn't that I played it for them, it's just they walked in the room while I was mastering. And maybe like a few months later, the Can't Hold Me Down came out, and Mary was like, yo, B, I told you don't play that record for them. I told you they was gonna take, because we took the sample from, I think it was Grandmaster Flash. It was an old song by Grandmaster Flash. I think that we sampled, that we took the idea, where I did an interpolation of on the keys. And then Puff's biggest hit of his solo artist career was Can't Hold Me Down, which was the same Grandmaster Flash sample. So that's why to this day, me and her still this day, she still says that to me. She'll say, you shouldn't have played him that record. You should not have. And I was like, Mary, I didn't play it on purpose. He just walked in the room while it was playing. So that's the story behind that record.
That's crazy.
What about when you said, Ronnie, about when she was auditioning new producers? What made you stand out that you did most of the production?
I was in the zone, my man. Like, it was like, so you gotta understand, like, I'm in Virginia Beach with Teddy Riley, and I'm down there, and I never forget this as long as I lived. It was a Sunday morning. I got a call from Hank Shockley, and I had a song that was blowing up in that New York scene, the club. It was called The Things You Do by Gina Thompson. So it was blowing up in that whole thing. So Hank Shockley said, yo, Mary loves this song. She wants you to come to her listening session. Tomorrow night, she's having a listening session for producers to come play their records up at Quad Studios. Right? So I'm like, I'm there. So I leave Virginia Beach. I go back to my I'm still living in my dad's house in New Jersey. I go in my basement and I lock myself in the basement and I just create for the next, I don't know, from Sunday evening, from the time I got home till Monday till it was time for me to go to New York. And in that night, I did all those tracks. Can't Get You Off My Mind, I Can Love You, Share My Word. All those were done in one night. I cooked them all up in that same night. And I walked into that listening session where all these producers was in the room playing the music, and I was sitting on the floor in the lounge waiting for my number to be called. You had Malik Pendleton there. Yeah, so many just great producers there. And when they called my number, when I pushed that play button on I Can Love You, that beat, Mary told everybody it's time. Everybody can go. I Can Love You lit the whole, it lit her eyes, her eyes, everything. She just brightened up.
You'd
and she
become
was
an
just like,
in-demand.
huh? Say that again.
By 90, you'd become an in-demand producer. Not like by 97.
No, I wasn't.
I'm not talking about pop R&B.
No.
I'm talking about strictly R&B.
No, I was.
You'd become pretty
I
in
wasn't.
demand then.
No, I
Because
wasn't.
you'd done stuff like
I wasn't.
Jason.
That's not the man. That's not the man. That's just. That's just. That's
Your
just a
name
hungry.
was.
That's just a
It was
hungry.
on all the records that was by you.
Nah. That's just a. That's a hungry kid from New Jersey trying to get to Mary J. Blige, trying to get to Whitney Houston, trying to get to Michael Jackson. So, you know, I was doing remixes. He know the story. We talked about this. I was doing remixes for everybody. I would literally go to labels like, give me the shot to do the remix. Because I just wanted to get my stuff out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Jay Quest came because I had Gina Thompson was with my production deal on Mercury Records. So I had Jay Quest and different people that I was working with, Bruce Carbone on Mercury. So that's how that came. But there was no hits out. There was no hits. It was just like remixes and the Vanessa Williams, The Ways You Love Me remix, and New Edition remix. And it was just it was that type of stuff. But then when Mary came with I Can Love You, that's when things started to like the Joe I Don't Want to Be Player and the Mary J. Blige I Can Love You. That's when things started to take off.
But it's interesting.
Everything else was the appetizer before the meal.
Yeah, but you sounded so different. I wouldn't recognize your '97 production. A year later, you took
You're
it
never
differently.
gonna, but you know, Master, you're never gonna recognize that because I never wanted to be put in a box. That was from the beginning. Like my Mary J. Blige stuff does not sound like my Brandy stuff.
No.
You know,
No.
and my Brandy stuff doesn't sound like my Beyonce stuff. And my Beyonce stuff doesn't sound like my Lady Gaga stuff. My Lady Gaga stuff don't sound like my Justin Bieber stuff. It's just I'm always trying to do something different in my mind. And I'm also always trying to like sometimes where producers may bring artists into their sound, I'm always thinking about too, like, okay, I want to bring you into my sound, but I also want to get into your sound and how I can help expand your sound, right? And who you are. So I just don't choose to be in a box because sometimes when you put yourself in a box, then you're defined by an era. Right. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but I just think that, like, you know, when we think of New Jack Swing, we think of like early 90s now. Right. And it defines an era. So it's like, and then you start thinking like, if I'm just doing that sound, I got to do that sound forever. And that's not, and as much as I was a student to like Teddy and Jimmy Jam and all these great producers, I was always looking at Quincy Jones like, yo, that's how you do it. Like Quincy Jones was the one who was never defined to a sound or era. Like you can go and listen to Frank Sinatra and hear Quincy Jones. You can watch The Wiz and hear Quincy Jones. You can listen to Count Basie Orchestra and hear Quincy Jones. You feel what I'm saying? And to me, that's what real production is all about. You know?
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah,
I just
when
gotta
you
put my charger on.
said Teddy.
1 second, Jackie. 1 second. 1 second.
He's gonna put his charger on. He's gonna come back in. But he's still.
It's okay.
He's still in.
No, when he was saying Teddy, I'll tell him. I'll tell him when he comes back on. When he was saying Teddy, like he said, he doesn't have a sound. He has a sound that we do recognize, which is ridiculous. And you was bragging on all your damn hits because you've been playing for everybody. We heard you calling out names. Excuse you. And we love every minute of it because even though you were around Ted, you know, I know how Teddy influenced a lot of people. I started with Teddy when I was 19. But what I love that's different about you is the fact that you didn't you have your sound, but like you said, it's like Quincy. You don't get stuck nowhere. It's always something different. But that banging thing that you got, that's how we know it's you. You know, that, oh my gosh, I don't know what you do when you in production. I never worked with you and I wish I did. Oh my gosh, your productions are crazy. And you know how Teddy's bass hits you in the throat and his drums hit you in the throat? Yours do that. and then your piano kills it. So it's like, yeah, you want to on a whole different level.
I appreciate you for saying that. I think my focus as a youngin was a little bit different because you gotta understand, I had a chance to be around these greats so much, you know what I mean, as a young student. So a lot of times people put emphasis on the tracks, right? And I learned in my career I need to put emphasis on the song. That the track is one, the instrumental, the track is one thing, but the song is what's going to carry on for generations and generations. You know, that's why we have a tour called The Boy Is Mine, right? Because there's a song that people can now, when you think of Brandy and Monica together, you think The Boy Is Mine, right? So there's a tour name. So whether the track was great or not, it didn't matter. At a point in my career, I started thinking, in the beginning of my career, I thought, like how you were just saying, like the bass got to be this and the beat got to be so hard. And I got to have 20 snare drums hitting together because that's how Teddy does it. Right. But then as I matured, I started saying, nah, I got to make great songs. Like a great song stands the test of time. You know, when if my daughter, 13 years old, knows Say My Name. So that lets me know, without even knowing that her daddy did it, she knows that song. And so it's like that means the song was good beyond the track, right? When you strip stuff down to its bare bones, and you be like, yeah, I love the groove, or do I love the song? Is the song a great song, or do I just love what that groove is? You feel what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like there's
Right.
I can't tell you
100%. It's crazy.
I can't tell you a bad Teddy Riley track from like 1980, from the show, from whenever he created the show with Dougie Fresh, and after, I can't say and tell you that was a whack Teddy Riley track. Like it was the tracks are always like, whoa, right? Always. So the emphasis to me is like, okay, but let's get into the songs. Right. And even that song, I'm gonna be real, can't get you off my mind. That's a cool song. It ain't great. I know a great song when I hear a great song. That's a cool song. The track I did might be better than the song. I Can Love You is a great song. Right? Share My World to me is a great song, because Share My World, Jimmy Jam calls me every month about Share My World to this day. To this day, I got texts galore from Jimmy Jam about Share My World, how Share My World changed his life. And I'm like, what? You Jimmy Jam, like how does that change it? He was like, every time I hear those chords and I hear that progression come in the beginning, I knew there was something different about to take place in music. And I was like, wow, that's crazy, because I never went back to that. Like I did that and I left it. When I worked with Mary on Share My World, I left that sound. I just left it and moved on.
Right.
You know?
I thought there was the elements of the harp that you used in The Boy's Mind. Was there?
I don't on what song?
Share My World.
Nah, that's a guitar sound. I use that guitar sound. I used to use that guitar sound a lot, like on Angel of Mine with Monica. I use that guitar sound. Again, Angel of Mine, it ain't about the track, it's about the song. It was about remaking a good song from Eternal and turn it into something great for Monica. Right? So like the song is still, and that's a perfect example of, if a song has the meat, you could take it to where it needs to go to, if it has something. You know what I mean? That's the perfect example.
Do you know a song that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, When You Touch Me by Brandy? Why did that ever come out as a single? And I didn't realize how did you get Teddy on it as well?
You got to, so one, no songs really came out as a single after What About Us, because Brandy was pregnant.
Okay.
So when she got pregnant, Atlantic Records halted everything. Though there was no more promotion, no more money to be spent on Brandy, which was a bummer to us, because Full Moon was our coming out party. I know it was my coming out party as a producer. Like, yo, I'm about to let them have it. And When You Touch Me When You Touch Me to me was probably like, for me as a producer, 100 out of 100. Like if there's a track and song that would be like, yo, that one you can listen to it 1,000 times and not be tired, that was the one off the project. And how everything about it was so organic. Like I was in the studio in the Hit Factory in Miami, and I was working with Brandy, and I was simultaneously working with Michael Jackson. Okay. So we were finishing up Invincible while I was finishing up Full Moon. And Teddy had a bus parked. He had a studio on a bus parked in the parking lot, and he was finishing his stuff with Michael in the parking lot. And I did When You Touch Me, and I ran up on the bus and I said, yo, Teddy, I need you to do talk box on this. And he did it on the bus, and I took it and then put it in, and it was like, it's just the way it all happened was just like, it was incredible. Even in the strings, Jerry McLovin strings on that, like everything about that was just like, it was one of them ones for sure. And you must know how I feel when you put your heart into your art and it doesn't become a single. That'd be the worst, right? When you know it's like, but then the flip side of it is like wherever we go, people always talk about that song. So it's kind of like one of those now it's like almost like the hidden gem, right? That people discover later on, but like, yo, that record was crazy. And that's the same thing with Michael. It's Not Worth It. Michael's vocals are on It's Not Worth It. Just like Brandy's vocals are on Unbreakable, right? So it's just like we're all in the studio, and I run over to one room like, Michael, do this ad lib for me real quick. And he's like, what for? And I'm like, I'm working on Brandy. In other words, I need your voice on this. I need you to do okay, and then he does it.
Yeah, but when we all universally said that was just a special song, and I didn't realize Teddy was on it until later on. But even Jackie got upset that I didn't invite her onto that podcast. Well, we did the Full Moon podcast, and she heard the song. She said, "Why did you get me?" Because I love that track.
That's my favorite album. That's my favorite album.
Yeah, one of my favorite projects to work on for sure. For sure.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, when you think about the work you did in Share My World, and I'm sure everybody, we're still number 5 before we get to number 1 song. But do you think that this was Mary's best album, my favorite Mary album? Because it wasn't the My Life's heavy sample, and it was a lot more upbeat. Did you realize that this could be? Were you planning to do something different from My Life? Did you think of My Life when you were doing this and the songs you're creating?
Nah, I will say My Life is my favorite Mary album.
Oh,
My Life is my favorite Mary album, but. No, I wasn't. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about any of that. I was just a 19-year-old kid working with the queen of R&B hip hop. And so my mindset was, I kind of studied knowing that she liked certain chords. She had there's a certain feeling that Mary to me possessed. And it's like also like combining hip hop with whatever the chords that you're doing. I knew that was I knew going into it, I had to do that without ever working with her. And then it's like I said, Share My World was her like coming out party for herself. Because it wasn't 20, 30 people in the studio anymore. Yeah, she told me the stories of like, how My Life and all the different voices. Now when we don't Share My World, it's me, her, and her sister, nobody else. All the songs that I worked on was me, Mary, and her sister, no one else.
Wow.
And
no
so
intimidation?
Who?
Were you not intimidated being with Mary, knowing what her history and all that stuff?
Nah. To my man's point, like it was like, like Jackie know this, right? When you have an opportunity, right? And God gives you an opportunity, it's like you up to bat, you gotta come through. Like it is. I was so used to doing remixes and working with artists that were good, but this was the first time I was getting in with like a triple platinum artist, right? And it's like you know, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like when I worked with J-Lo, who was a new artist. It's like this, she's an artist established as an artist. And so I'm just like, the timing was just perfect, man. First of all, because number one, I asked Teddy, could I go? I asked Teddy, could I go to New York? I'm like, yo, is it okay if I go to New York? I got called by Hank Shot. He's like, what? Why are you asking? He's like, yeah, you better get out of here and go. You know, and then just like everything leads to something else, right? And we have to understand that, because the boys, check this out, The Boy Is Mine does not happen. Never Say Never by Brandy, that album does not happen if I Can Love You doesn't happen. Because Paris Davis, the A&R for Brandy, you know Paris, the A&R for Brandy, he heard I Can Love You and was like, I need to get him and Brandy in the studio together. It was I Can Love You that did that.
Oh, wow.
Paris,
Good.
You feel what I'm
Paris, I love
saying?
Paris. Paris is one of my good friends.
Well, he's
Yo,
one of the
let me tell
best
you something.
A&Rs,
Your
one of the best
story.
A&Rs I ever worked with.
No, you are absolutely right. Paris worked with me for a little while too, but you, like what you were saying, the timing. You know, the Most
Yeah.
High, He had you. You know, the Most High don't play about what He's coming to do and what He's allowing. And you've
Yeah.
always, I don't, you know, we never met in person, but I always get humbleness from you. Um, I never heard any stories that you were arrogant or any of that. And you know, I know Hank and all of them. That's my people. I was signed to MC and Universal,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, everybody from uptown, everybody over there is my family too, and
Mm-hmm.
was my family and still is. But for you, I've never heard a story about you being arrogant, extra, no nothing. The Most High put you where you were every single time, so
That's
you
right.
can get. Because He knows your talent, and He gave it to you. You know, and you got hits, you got classics. Period, hands
And
down.
he
It's
and
classic.
he also knows that who he can trust with it,
That's right. Say it
right?
again.
Because like, because no, like we all have different gifts. You know, by the grace of God, we all have different gifts. But there's also certain rooms that we get to go in and be part of something that's historical and legendary because there's a trust factor in it. You know what I
That's right.
mean? And when you know that, I think that God knew my heart, and so He's like, okay, I'm gonna open up these doors because
Mhm.
I know you're not gonna stray away forever. I know you might, you know, have your
Right.
moments.
Right.
I know you might have your moments, but I know you know that you're mine. You know what I'm saying? I really feel
Yep.
that. Yeah.
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 How much?
He got you. Go ahead, Namdi. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just gonna say, how much did the passing of LaShawn affect? Because he was a big part of a lot of your success. How did his passing affect how you created music going forward after that?
It was a big part. I didn't know LaShawn when I worked at Mary.
Yeah.
And I met LaShawn when I worked with Joe on Don't Want to Be a Player. That's where I met Sean. That's where I met him when I was recording Joe. Um, I mean, I miss him. I mean, what can you say? Like, you're talking about a person who was, it's like a person who has so much insight into what artists feel and love and know how to, and knows how to put the lyrics in a way that, and bring that home in a way. Like, I think about, a lot of times I think about the sessions, you know, people hear the music and they appreciate the music, but I appreciate the moments creating it with LaShawn, right? Like the creative moments that we had, and knowing like that bond creatively was different, right? Like, you know, that chemistry was different when we got in the studio. Him, my brother, like the way we created was so fast and effortless. You know, it was just like we kind of knew what everybody's role was, you know, and it was just more so. Yeah, I missed that. Like, I missed those moments, but I also know that you know, there's a time and season for everything,
Yeah.
you know, and you know. But I do miss those moments.
Your label and your artist, are we?
I'm not, I'm not going to talk too much because I know this is your
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. Just
I
between,
just wanted to
yeah.
come on here for a few minutes and appreciate and show love, because I literally was, I don't know what I was doing, and I saw it pop up, and I'm like, oh, you know, I always try to tap in when I see you doing your lives, and you know, because number one, I respect people who respect what we do, you know, and I respect people who have healthy conversations, you know what I mean? And the debating of it is all purposeful, right? Because and it's good to have people who agree, disagree, love, hate, all of that is good, right? Because it lets you know how different people think when it comes to, you know, certain songs, music, and that's why we have these conversations. So I just wanted to jump on real quick and tell you guys I appreciate you guys for always, you know, I'm happy to be part of a lot of conversations and a lot of lives that you've had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What'd you
No,
say?
but
I
we
didn't hear you. What'd you
appreciate.
say?
Can I give a
Yeah,
shout
no, we
to Roy Ayers
appreciate it.
on this album? Did you
Got
get Roy
to.
Ayers? Did you get him
Got to.
searching? Did you get him in the studio?
I recorded him.
Wow.
I recorded him. Mary, when Mary, so let me tell you.
Wow.
Yeah, when Mary was like, I want to mess with this song by Roy Ayers, me and my brother actually worked on that together. The music, we worked on that track together. And I wanted to add the South Bronx drums to it to give it that hip hop flair. Cat, 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 cat. I wanted to add that flair to it. And then when I did it, when I brought it to Mary, she was going crazy in the studio. She there's moments in the songs near the end where she was like crying while singing. And I kept it because she was so emotional while recording the song, because she was searching, right? She was searching for God, searching for love, searching for all these things in her life. And then we was like, yo, Mary was like, it wasn't we. Mary was like, yo, we need to get Roy on this joint. And I was like, what? Like, really? Like, we going there? She's like, yeah, we need to get Roy. And so we got Roy in there, and next thing you know, I'm recording him, and this is like, I'm 19 years old. That's what y'all got to really understand. Like, I'm supposed to be somewhere trying to get into college. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in the college of the music industry at 19 years old. So as much as confident as I am in my ability and my skill set, I'm also a student at the same time, and I'm learning as I'm going. You know what I mean? Like, putting xylophones on a hip hop R&B record is crazy at that time. No one is even thinking about doing something like that. You know, and yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because that, you know, Roy was a genius, and I think she had another
some music on the album. You know,
yeah, she had another Roy Ayers big song. I think she had on the My Life thing. She had a sample from him. Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness.
Yeah, that was a moment. That was a moment I'll never forget. Like having and also Mary scatting, Mary doing the jazz scats at the end with the xylophone. All of that was just like, you know, her letting us know that she also has
a vocal on that track is sold to the rest. It's one of the best vocals on the album for me.
Because it was because of the raw emotion.
So different to the rest of the album.
It's because of what she was going through and the feeling and the passion that she had in that session compared to the other sessions that I had with her. It was just something different. It was just something different.
Wow, goodness. Wow. Well, Rodney, I mean, definitely, we appreciate the fact that you've listened in. I mean, yeah, you know, we celebrate all the music, and
thank you so much.
Yeah, we celebrate all the music. I mean, I had a debate yesterday around Invincible and stuff like that. So, you know,
nice.
Yeah, and
nice.
Yeah, I still believe that Unbreakable should have been the first single, even though people still think Rock My World. But I think, honestly, I could trust you to say that I think
I kind of agree.
I think Invincible was probably 2 years too late. I think he held on to the music that you were that you
Hey,
did.
think about it this way, right? Rock My World wouldn't have been a single if Unbreakable was a single.
Yeah.
You know why?
What is that?
Because what I told you, Sony and Michael was clashing.
Mm,
So when have you ever seen Michael Jackson not put out 5 short films for an
yeah.
album?
True.
Yeah.
So, in a way, I agree with you. In a way, I'm like, man, it would have been perfect, like Unbreakable, something else, then Rock My World, like that, like 1, 2, then 3. Because Say My Name was the 3rd single from Destiny's Child, and it was like, you know what I mean? So if this would have been 1, 2, 3, I agree with you. But at the same time, I also knew what was going on behind the scenes at the time. So I was just like, I'm blessed to have a single. I'm blessed to be on the project because the project could have not come out at all.
Listen, Rock
You
My
feel what I'm
World,
saying? Like
banger.
all of it.
Rock My World is absolute banger now.
Rock My World is bigger now than it was then.
Yeah, but Roddy, what year did you record Rock My World?
That's what I mean.
Because that's not a 2001 track.
I created the track, the demo. I played it for Mike in March of 1999.
You see that? So 2 years late, because by the time it came out in 2001, it wasn't. Your sound had moved on. Your sound had moved on, and
it definitely moved on.
Then that was why I said that most of the tracks you did, if it come out, most of us believed if the album came out in '99, it would have been a bigger album. But by 2001, the sound was different.
But it would. But what I'm saying, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, because of him and Tommy.
Because the turmoil that was going on behind the scenes, it was never going to be. It was never going. It was never going to be. Like, it's one of those things where, you can't fret about it though, right? Because it's like it is what it is. Like at the end of the day, like if I don't do Rock My World, I probably don't do Deja Vu for Beyonce.
Oh.
Because Beyonce was trying to do, she was on her I want to be female Mike type vibes. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling you, like everything happens for a reason, and everything is married to something. And that's the beauty of music is like when you create music is like it's a song that keeps going and keeps going and it keeps going. And so like when I look at my catalog and my career, I'm like, if only people knew what song came from another song, like what was inspired by one of something that happened before that, and an artist that called because they heard that song. You understand what I'm saying? Like it just, everything is meant to be like I'm in the mall with Mike Tyson in Las Vegas shopping, and I bump into Brett Ratner, who's directing Rush Hour. He introduces me to Chris Tucker. And then I tell Chris Tucker, yo, I need to get you with Michael. We need to do an interlude. The interlude in the beginning of Rock My World with Chris Tucker, that wasn't for Rock My World. That was for the title track, Invincible.
Oh.
That's why if you listen to it, he goes, da, 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 da. That's the melody to Invincible. And then we changed it when the single was Rock My World. We was like, nah, let's put this before Rock My World, since they know now they know they're going with the single. I'm thinking like, if we put this before Rock My World, and then we know it's a single now, then they're going to be in the video together. It makes it that much crazier, right? Because if I would have kept it in front of Invincible, we would have never saw Chris Tucker and Michael Jackson together on the screen.
Had they met before? Were you the one to introduce them?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying. Like everything leads. So that's why I never fret or regret about anything. Because I'm like, if people got to understand the backstory, how things move into something, like that's how it all supposed to, everything we do, by the way, right? Everything we do in life is meant to be the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. Like we not down here writing this script. You know what I'm saying? We not right. This thing is already written for us. We just the actors playing it all out.
Definitely.
We just playing it out, bro. So I'm like, for me, I'm always like, I've learned to just look at everything as like it's almost like, man, every song I created is just an interlude. It's an interlude to the next thing. That's all it is. Interlude to the next one. Interlude to the next one. You don't get Beyonce and Lady Gaga telephone if you don't get The Boy's Mind. It don't happen. It don't happen. I'm telling you, it don't happen. The harp sound on The Boy's Mind is the harp sound on telephone 12 years later. Right? The concept of two females on the same song 12 years later. It's only because it was done with the boy's mind. No different what the Bible says. There's nothing new under the sun. We just going back and that's why if you listen, a lot of people are making music right now that sound like stuff that we heard in 99 and 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything is already done. Like you said, everything is already done.
It's written.
He knows every stupid thing we're gonna do. He knows every good thing we're gonna do, every wrong avenue, everything he does. He knows everything. He's all knowing.
You don't get New Jack Swing without James Brown. You don't get Blackstreet's first album without Atomic Dog by George Clinton. You don't get it. That's what I'm saying. You don't get Bobby Brown. You don't get Bobby Brown's album that he did with Teddy and Joe Stone Street and all of them without Atomic Dog. Like everything, you got to understand, nothing's new under the sun. So our inspiration is coming from something.
Yes, definitely. You know, Rodney, we can speak to you forever, but
I know I'm out.
We're blessed.
I'm so honored to be a part of that, and I'm gonna keep watching y'all.
Appreciate you coming on. Really
appreciate it. So don't say nothing bad. So don't say nothing bad about me. Don't say nothing bad about me. I'm gonna keep watching because if y'all do, I'm gonna jump back on. I got the link now. Later, y'all. God bless.
God bless. Goodness. Goodness.
That was dope. That was dope. That was a good look.
Yeah, definitely.
And he answered a lot of stuff that we probably wouldn't have asked, right? Or didn't even know. Like my mouth was just like, huh? What?
Well, even the locks.
No, what you were gonna say, Nampi? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying even the stuff about the locks and you know, and Stevie's song searching and stuff like that. Yeah, but you know, that's why I always say, you know, always make sure we're positive because you know, as we always hope people are watching and joining in. But you know, we appreciate Rodney for taking his time this evening and stuff. I don't even know where we are. So
we're number five.
Number five. Okay. My number five. Let me get back to number five. So everyone's no, I did mine. Did I? Because I did mine was Can't Get You Off My Mind featuring the Lock. So that was my number five. Stevie, did you do your number five?
Okay, so Stevie.
I went for the title track, Share My World. Over the last few weeks that I've been listening to it, it could have been a lot higher up. I think it's just, you know, I probably appreciate this track a lot more now than what I did back then. It sounds amazing. You know, it's still after 27 years on, it's sounding really good now, and that's whether Rodney was there or not. So number five is my top five.
Right.
It's in my top five.
Larita, what did you get for number five?
So number five, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. It's like one of the songs that I remember from this album. I didn't realize it was from this album, but I remember when the song came out and I really loved it. And it has the sample from Rick James, which is Love Is All We Need.
Oh.
The track with Moonchild from about 1985, I think. I think it's on the Glow album. I've got that vinyl somewhere. It's a great Rick James track, that. A bit of a classic.
Okay. Jackie, what's your number five?
Wait, did she say her number five was?
Yeah, Love Is All You Need featuring Nas.
Yeah.
A big track. Very big track.
Ooh.
Jam and Lewis track.
Ooh.
Big track.
Okay. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm not gonna destroy your moment. I'm not gonna destroy your moment. um, my number 5 is the R. Kelly joint that sound like it should have been on R. Kelly's album.
Wow.
I mean, I love that song, but I'm like you, Stevie. I agree. I think it should have been on R. Kelly's album. I think it probably was for R. Kelly's record, and they ended up being a duet type of song. But it starts off with R. Kelly. I would have rather it started off with Mary and not him, but because it does make it sound like it's an R. Kelly joint. But that's it for me. Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Number 4.
My number 4 is Mary's best duet. I think this was her best duet, better than what she's done Casey and JoJo or stuff. And it's on and it's on. I was like
Wow.
the king and queen of R&B
Wow.
together on the track, and I just loved how, because normally when she's on a duet, she takes command. But I thought like, okay, I felt like R. Kelly just got the vibe right. I just loved
He did.
yeah, I loved how they
Dope.
vibed together. It was like, because R. Kelly said, just slow down, Mary. Don't need to scream. Let's just talk it through. And I felt it, yeah. And it's on and it's
Uh-huh.
on. So that's my number 4. Yeah, I thought as I said, I never liked the duets on her previous albums, but this one I thought, yeah, this was my favorite. It's been my favorite. Yeah, Stevie, number 4.
I really debated putting this at number 1, and Rodney's just summed it all up. But he's kind of confirmed what I was thinking about the record anyway, about a vocal and how different it was the rest of the album. And I was just like, on a first album, she tried to go jazzy on Love No Limit, and I wasn't sure she kind of pulled it off on some of the notes. But so different on this, she pulls it off so well on this record. And like I say, it's got the classic vibes from Roy Ayers. I think it's a brilliant track. It could have been my number 1, but it's ended at number 4. But Searching has made my number 4. What a track! What a track that is! It should be in your top 5, folks. It should be there. No debate. Just the quality of the vocal, the musicianship on it, beats on it. Just a great, it's a great record. It should have been a single, but that's just, in my opinion, for what it's worth.
Lorena, what did you get for number 5?
Number 4.
Number
Right?
4.
Okay, so number 4 is the title track of the album. It's Share My World. I love that song. So that comes in at number 4 for me.
Okay.
Okay. We like your number 4. We like your number 4, girl. Okay, my number 4 is 11 years out of my life. I should have, what she say? I should have left your ass 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
Not Gonna Cry did it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was ridiculous on the soundtrack. Classic movie. One of the songs that you definitely gonna remember from the soundtrack, but from this album, because like we were talking about it being on this album. What were you saying, Namdi? Did you say something about this was on her record before it was gonna be for the movie?
No,
Did you
no,
say
no,
that?
no,
Because I was gonna say,
no.
I know it was written around the movie because the 11 years was the whole Angela Bassett with with dude. But I felt like Mary put her eyeballs and her damn toes in this song. I felt all of her heart. No, seriously, I really felt all of her heart on this joint. Like, it just moved me. I thought this was one of Mary's dopest ballads, to be honest. I know she got a lot of dope ballads, but this one was so heartfelt.
Yeah, yeah.
So It was like and I'm gonna say this really quick. It was like for me what Aretha sung on the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. It Hurts Like Hell. It had It Hurts Like Hell and Not Gonna Cry had that bang, that pull your damn heart out. My heart hurt. I can't stand that mofo right now. You did all kind of stuff to me. I'm broken. That's what I got from Not Gonna Cry and It Hurts Like Hell. So I'm just saying this is one of my joints. That's my number 4.
Okay.
That's my number 4.
Number 3 for me is because when I started this, I had my top 3. I had my top 4 down. I already put them in, and the rest got organized. And number 3 for me is the title track. I love the vibe. I love the she did the la la la. I love the production. And as I said, and as I was saying to Rodney, it didn't sound like Rodney. What we got to know of his production later on, so you wouldn't, unless you read the credits, it's like, oh, so he did the production and co-writing on this track. But yeah, I love the song. Share My World at number 3.
Okay.
Wow.
What about you, Stevie? What's your third one?
Again, this is another record that could have been at number 1. I think the only reason I didn't put it at number 1 is because back then the DJ played it every single week to the point where I got a bit fed up of hearing it. You know, when you hear a record too many times, you play it fair play. You know, it was a big play. But I Can Love You with Little Kim is at number 3. Again, it could have been number 3. It's a number 1 record. Just for only that reason, I heard it. I was there. I heard it in the club every single week. And these certain records, if you hear them every week, you just get a bit tired of hearing them. You don't hear them again. They're just club records.
This is 30 years later.
You know,
make it seem as if you've been in the club the whole week for the last 30 years. It's 30 years later.
My memories, just my memories of that time. The club that I went to at the time, I ended up DJing in that club. There was a lot of UK R&B artists that came and performed there. You know, my history with ladies is in that. The club was everything at the time, and I can remember all the records that got played. So, and this was one of them. You know, I can look. There was about three big tracks from this album that got played every single week in that club. And you know, I'm just a bit. You know, it's like how much chocolate can you eat before you start to feel sick? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's one of them. But it could have been number 1. It could have been number 1. I Can Love You. Is it? You know, it's a 1, 2, 3 record on this album. You know, let's see where you've all put it before you all give me an hard time.
It had to, but you know, it had to bang in your head though. You know, that was a headbanger. So they had to play it over and over again because you had to hear Little Kim come in on that.
How
if I
many
told
times
you
do I
once,
need
I
to
told
hear
you
say,
twice. Come on.
You know, Belle Biv DeVoe Poison. There's another one. I don't need to hear that record in my life again. Too many times.
Okay.
Okay.
What did you have for your third song?
Well, this one had me feeling like I went through a divorce, a bad relationship, and I was a kid. I think I was in elementary school with this song. He was singing like the rent was due. It was on a big soundtrack. I love this song till this day, and that's Not Gonna Cry.
Wow.
Even as a kid.
Yeah, I was going through it with her.
Right.
Yeah, 11 years, man. I knew this. I was like, man, I've never heard somebody sing a song that felt like it was actually them telling us, giving out autobiography. It felt real. I'm thinking that Casey,
it felt real. I
Casey
felt like I was
Heartbreak
going
was
through
still,
it too.
Casey Heartbreak was still raw.
Can we do a remake and put 18 years in there for me? Can we change the record and put 11 years? I don't know how we can work 18 years in there, but I felt that. I felt that record too. I'm with you, girl. She said she was a little girl and she felt it.
Yeah,
That's
I was in elementary school, and yes, that's how I felt like I was going through it.
right. That's crazy. I love that though. I love what you say. My number 3 is everything. I love everything. I love everything. I just thought it was because again, coming from the My Life album, Mary had a lot of pain in that album. So everything was just pretty to me. It was that now she's floating and she got flowers around her. So, maybe somebody's treating her nice. Somebody done, popped a little nice bottle of wine and she's just feeling good now. And everything is everything. That's my song. I love everything. I thought that was a great record for her. Jimmy and Terry did their damn thing, of course. But that's it. Come on, Namdi.
Okay, so number 2, so the penultimate song. I loved 7 Days. I love getting George Benson in and being introduced to a new audience. I love the, because I think the first time we saw somebody sing about the days of the week were Sherelle and Alexander O'Neill. Yeah, I just love the whole vibe of this and getting George Benson in. So 7 Days is really high on my list at number 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It's number 2.
I'm sitting up here saying wow too,
You
Stevie.
stunned me again, Nam. You do every week.
Because something is missing here, Stevie. I'm with you. Something we
Something
miss.
is not yeah, I loved it. I love the whole vibe of this. As I said, it was different from what she had done her first 2 albums. It was almost a mature, a chilled, and singing about love in a different way. Yeah, very positive track.
Do you know what I think it is, Jackie? There's certain chords in R&B, in slower R&B records that Namdi seems to go for every week. He always picks one of these type of tracks pretty highly, and it has, if I think about it, it's got similar chords to changes that I've heard in other tracks that he's picked. So in a way, it shouldn't surprise me that. That's so big for Namdi. That's what he's into. That is what he's into.
He threw me off on that one. I'm thrown off on that one. Wow.
Oh, goodness. Stevie, what did you put for your second track?
I'll be honest again, I debated putting this at number 1. The only reason I didn't put it number 1 because it's painful for me to listen to. Not the record is painful, it's the memories it brings back. Again, I was in that club at the time. I was seeing a woman, and I'll say this to guys now because I always get to this point. There's the younger generation now of guys. They don't want to approach women because they think women are just out for money. They don't think that a woman's going to love them. I can assure you now, guys, because I've experienced it. If you are open to it, there'll be somebody out there for you who will genuinely show you what you're looking for, that true love that, deep down you really want to search for. I got it back then, and I treated it badly, and that's the painful memory that this record, because this record is talking about my everything or everything to you, and it's a lot of, I treated this girl very, very badly, so brings a lot of painful memories back. But it's at number 2, amazing record. The best drum in it is just, it's a kid. What I said about Poke and Tone earlier being like, Dollar Store P Diddy production. On this, the production is top class. The bass drum is a killer. It is a remake, but it's done so well. It's a killer track. It was a single. Rodney did a remix of it, but everything is at number 2. But again, brings a lot of painful memories back for me, if I'm honest. I don't want to.
Wait, did I mess up everything? Who produced everything?
No, Jimmy and Terry.
Oh, okay.
I thought Poke and Tone.
Jimmy and Terry. No, you got it right.
No. Yeah, because I was like,
yeah, Jimmy and Terry.
Tone and Poke didn't do that. Yeah, that was Jimmy and Terry. Okay.
Oh,
I was
right.
making sure I wasn't tripping.
I stand corrected. What a lot of production. Maybe it's too good for Comfort Zone then. Too good for him. As I said earlier, I thought it was a bit too good.
But we appreciate the fact that you are, you know, you're talking about what you did bad to somebody and you wanted to fix it because you know you had a good one and you messed up.
It's
That's so
unfixable,
beautiful.
unfortunately. Unfixable.
But you know, when you're younger, and we talked about this before, when you're younger, in all of our younger days, doing stupid stuff. If I felt like if we weren't following, you know, the Most High the way we were supposed to, we did stupid stuff, and we were, you know, falling in love for what we thought was love, but it was all flesh. You know what I'm saying? It was lust, and so you know when you got that one that it's not a lust thing, it's really a love thing in your heart, and you messed up. You know what I'm saying? You messed up, and you feel bad about it like 30 years later, Stevie. So no, I appreciate, you know, I appreciate you. I said that to you before. I appreciate you saying what you say to men when you do, because a lot of, you know, our men and women need to hear these things. So thank you, Stevie. We love you for that.
Thank you, Jackie.
Lorena, what's number 2 for you?
Number 2 for me, I guess I'm not tired of this song because I guess I was not in the club. And like I would say in Montreal, we don't have a 24/7 hip hop R&B station. So I only got this song when it played, like if somebody had the album or what have you. But when I go to a party and they play the song, I'm still with my friends, we get hype all the time. And that is I Can Love You with Lil Kim.
Okay. Wow. Definitely interesting to see what everyone puts at number 1. Okay,
That's
Jackie.
a crowd mover. My number 2. My number 2. Because I love my Nas. Jimmy and Terry killed this, but that Nas and Mary killed this, but that Nas rap was for me. That Nas rap was, you know, I'm from New York, so you know how we do. And you know, when he said, I don't know how the rap goes, but he said something about when you feel this, no, when you play this something banging in your residential district, something. All I know is when I heard the rap on this, that was it for me with the Nas rap to it. It made it a dope, ridiculous song, but the track was crazy. Jimmy and Terry killed this track. So Love Is All We Need is my number 2.
Wow.
That's one of my joints.
Okay. Well, okay. So before I get to my number 1, I'm going to go and start from number 15. I didn't put the interludes down to number 1. So at number 15, I put Natural Woman. At number 14, I put Our Love. At number 13, I put Love Is All We Need. Number 12 is Everything.
What?
So I didn't rate the Jim and Terry tracks on I didn't enjoy
Wow, man.
how she sang with those 2 songs. Number 11 is Missing You. Number 10 is Searching. Number 9 is Keep Your Head. 8 is Round and Round. 7 is Get to Know You Better. 6 is Not Gonna Cry. 5 is Can't Get You Out of My Mind. Number 4 is It's On with R. Kelly. Number 3 is Share My World. Number 2 is 7 Days. And I think this is, you know, if we're looking at, you know, top 5 Mary tracks of all times, I Can Love You. It's with the way Kim comes in, it's a bang at any decade, any time frame. It is such a needs no introduction. If it comes on, I mean, if you saw her on, I think it was Soul Train Awards or maybe one BET Awards, and she was just doing a dance to the track, and then Little Kim comes out. I think R. Kelly. I Can Love You. It is just such a, and that's a different thing. She's singing about I Can Love You, almost like trying to get into a relationship. We spent decades listening to Mary sing about heartbreak, and here she is singing about trying to get into a relationship, upbeat and everything. And then Kim's. This was in Kim was on at her peak as well. Yeah, certified #1 on this album. Okay. Yeah, we did a gas song. It's never gonna get old, right, Mac? And the video was beautiful too, because she's just bobbing as Kim is rapping. It's iconic. Stevie, what's your rundown?
I've just got an honourable mention for Not Gonna Cry. I think the only reason it didn't make my top 10 is because it was a few years old and it was already out on a soundtrack, and it was put on the album as a bonus track in the UK. But number 10 was a clash between Round and Round and 7 Days, and I went with 7 Days. Number 9 was Get to Know You Better. Number 8 is It's On with R. Kelly. Number 7 was Keep Your Head. Number 6 was Can't Get You Off My Mind. Number 5 was Share My World. And now from 4 down to 1, any of these could have been. Honestly, I was struggling to. What should I put number 1? There was no definitive number 1. But number 4, Searching. Number 3, I Can Love You. Number 2, Everything. And I've always got a little story. Number 1, I think I ended up going with this at number 1. One about how it made me feel, and also the memory of, and I've mentioned it on previous podcasts, an older DJ friend of mine in the early 90s took me in a warehouse that was full of vinyl from the US, sealed vinyl that was deleted or cut out. It's full of rock pop, and there's a black music section. And he'd just say, Steve, hold your hand out. And they were only 99p or 99 cents, the albums. Hold your hand out. You're going to just buy all these. You don't, just trust me. And we get to the Rick James section. And he puts like 5 albums of from the 80s. I'd never heard of Rick James. I'm like, I'm listening. I want Bobby Brown. I don't want Rick James. You know what I mean? Look at this dude. He's got this hairdo. Look at his clothes. Who's Rick James? For what? I'm never going to listen to these. But I'm so glad he did, because he released an album in 1985, Glow, with a track called Moonchild on it. I used to play it all the time when I bought the album. So to hear Mary J with this track, sample it, and retain the original vibe of that track, I was blown away. It had Nas rapping on it. I'll be honest, take the Nas rap out for me. Nas is one of the best rappers of all time, but I wouldn't have been mad if Nas wasn't there. It does add to it, but I like Nas. But I think the chorus kills me. The chorus just gives me so much goosebumps. I like what she's saying. The track is a very positive track. It's a very upbeat track. And that's ended up at number 1 for me for all those reasons. So Love Is All We Need is at number 1. Thank you, please. Miss Lorena, take it away.
I love it. Well, I just have honorable mentions. The 2 that I have is Missing You and Keep Your Head. And so then at number 10, I have It's On. Number 9, Get to Know You Better. Number 8, Searching. Number 7, 7 Days. Number 6, Can't Get You Off My Mind. Number 5, Love Is All We Need. Number 4, Share My World. Number 3, Not Gonna Cry. Number 2, I Can Love You. And number 1 for me is my favorite song. Again, this is a song that I've always listened to all the time by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. It's Everything.
That's a nice number 1. Nice number 1. Okay, girl. We see you.
We got 3 different number 1s so far. Interesting.
Yeah, we do.
Let's see it.
Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna tell y'all the song that I thought was the worst was the remake of the remake of Our Love, because first of all, may my uncle Mtume rest in peace, James Mtume. I love Tomb, but I thought this was the wackest remake of Our Love on the planet. And if he was alive, I would be calling him right now. Like, I forgot how whack this song sound. So that was my one that didn't even make. And we're not going to talk about the other ones that didn't make it, but that one was at the bottom for me, because you can't mess up a Natalie Cole joint. So we say, Mary, we didn't like you doing a Natalie Cole remake, boo. So from my number 10 on up. So number 10 was Get to Know You Better. Number 9 was Share My World. Sorry, Rodney. Share My World. 8 was Round and Round. 7 was 7 Days. 6 was Missing You. 5 was It's On. 4, Not Gonna Cry. 3, Everything. 2, Love Is All We Need with Nas. And y'all should already know my number 1 because y'all know I'm a hip hop head. But when she said, "Who you hugging? Who you wanna be loving? Dipping on your ninja Honda with Tanisha and Rhonda Wood." First of all, the track was crazy by itself. Rodney, you killed this daggone track, like destroyed it. I'm talking about destroyed it. I Can Love You is one of my favorite Mary joints. Besides the one that she did with Drake, with Dre, sorry, Dr. Dre.
Oh, Family Affair.
Whew,
Let's
every
get it
time I
pumping.
hear that,
Okay. Okay.
that's my joint. But I Can Love You is my favorite. I Can Love You, I think, is my favorite Mary song. I think it's my favorite
Wow.
Mary song.
Wow.
Dun,
I
dun, dun.
love this song. And again, I thought it was a brilliant album. I thought it was too many tracks. It was a lot of filler tracks on there to me. And I don't know. Did Rodney say that who A&R this record? Did he say Hank Shockley?
He
I
said
don't
Hank
remember.
called him. He said Hank
Oh,
called
he
him
said
too.
Hank had called him. Yeah. Hank and his brother is Hank and Keith Shockley are my good friends that I love. Hank was there when I was there, but I knew Hank before that. And you know, MCA was moving at that time. You know, it was hot. Uh, MCA Uptown, whatever was moving out of there was hot. Everything, and I thought that hearing Rodney's, you know, his story about stuff happening the time it's supposed to happen, so the next thing would happen. He's absolutely right. He was in the right place at the right time because he was supposed to be there, and he was supposed to make these hits. And you know, he got classics. Period. I Can Love You is definitely a classic, and it's fire. That was my number one.
Definitely. Wow. So both myself and Jackie had a number one. Lorraine and Stevie had different number ones, but we can all agree that actually it was a fun episode.
Amazing episode. Amazing
um,
episode.
but
Yeah.
also have to give shout out to Ronnie for watching, but also for coming on, which you know normally, yeah, which is really, and being able to give some insights as well. Um, Jackie, we appreciate you coming on, looking like a diva, looking like a looking like Diana Ross from the.
It's cold.
It's
It's
cold.
cold outside.
And this is I think this is the second time. I can't count how many times Jackie has been on halftime chat, but this is
Oh
one of
my
the first
god.
times that you're not been in your car.
I know. I
So
know.
it's not. I'm not used to it. No, you're used to talking to you outside of your car, so
But
it's
but then I'm not in my car, but I'm in the mall. Like, who
in the
does
mall.
that? And I'm in
Yeah,
the mall
yeah,
because I
yeah,
got stuck close to the mall, and I'm like, well, let me go run to Nordstrom's and sit down. But man,
Yeah,
I
Jack,
I always
in the new
appreciate that.
year though, pick another album in the new. We're gonna have to get you on again. Pick another album that you want to do, and we'll do it definitely.
You already know I'm in because you know, Stevie, you already know you're gonna crack me up from the door because it's always gonna be something that you're gonna go in about. Um, y'all, you and Namdi always have these crazy songs that you're like, how did you get to that number? But I think it's dope because everybody hears these songs differently. And for our baby girl that's on here, you know, we definitely giving her love because she's not only in a cold in a cold area where she lives. Add some hot chocolate for me, boo. But
I will.
you know, we're older generation. You know what I mean? And you're younger, and you hear things the way you hear it, and we love that. You know, your generation is coming into the generation with us, so that we can, you know, collaborate on what we hear and what it sounds like to us. You know, and like you said, um, hearing songs from when you were a little girl, you felt like you was feeling the pain.
Mhm.
That's how I was like you when I heard, you know, Phyllis Hyman or Shaka Khan and them when I was young. I'm like, you know, I was like you. So just hearing you say that, that warmed my heart because I'm like, well, damn, now I'm older, you know, damn near 60 in these 50s, damn near 60. Um, we, you know, now we can appreciate the ones that are, you know, before us saying how they feel about music. And I thank you, Lovey. I really do. I thank you for you giving your, you know, at one point I thought you was gonna go to sleep on us. I was like, wait, boo, wake up. What happened? We losing you. Because you know,
No.
you start listening to the older crowd and be like, you know what? In your head, you was probably like, they boring me. Can we
No,
hear
I was
some?
taking it all in because I love R&B music so much. Well, I love music in general, but R&B is it for me. So just to learn and hear from you and then hear from Rodney and then Stevie always has great stories and so does Namdi. So I'm just taking it all in. Like this experience is truly like really great. It's like one of my top experiences this year. This is super dope.
Jackie,
No,
she's got a podcast, Total R&B podcast, and she interviews upcoming artists.
oh, okay. Oh, that's
Really
dope.
she's got eight
If
of the new artists.
you can have
So
me anytime you want, girl. Just let me know.
yes,
Oh, I would love
go
I
on
might,
the Total R&B podcast, please. Go on
oh
there.
yeah, definitely. I will definitely support. And if you need
Yeah,
some other
please.
artists that I can call that I know, let me know. And I'll you know, I'll send some people to you. You know, my friends. I got a few of them in the business. Only a few. Only a few. Some of them is trash, but I got a few. Nah, but I love you guys. Thank you always for, you know, asking me to come on. Um, you know, I'm glad my daughter's diabetes thing didn't go off while we were on with the baby crying, Namdi.
Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah, when I'm sending messages to Jackie, then there's a time that I heard a baby cry, and I'm thinking, Jackie, whose baby are you looking after? It's just, she said, but
and
yeah,
it was my daughter's alarm for her diabetes. Like when she was dropping low, Namdi was like, I was like, Namdi, that's the baby crying alarm. That's the
okay,
alarm
yeah, okay,
for her,
yeah.
you know, her sugar dropping. But I love you guys always. Y'all know
Have a great
anytime
Christmas,
y'all need
Jackie.
me.
Have a
yes,
really good
I
happy
Christmas.
holidays.
don't celebrate, but
Oh, you're
you know,
full of it.
y'all
Whatever
enjoy.
you do then,
Y'all
whatever you do
enjoy.
during
Yes,
that day,
whatever I
have a good
do,
day.
that's
Whatever
right.
you
I'm a pray and fast and you know just pray that we can fight this whole AI movement because that it's not a good movement.
No, definitely,
It's not a good
definitely.
movement, you know. And I just pray that our true musicians and producers don't run after the bag,
Mm.
um, and keep it 100 to keeping it real music. Because once we take our real souls out of the music, it's done.
do.
It's a
Mm.
wrap.
And
And
it feels like we're on the verge of that, doesn't it? It really does
Mm.
feel like we're on a
it
tipping
does.
point at the moment.
It does. But I
Scary,
think that,
very
you
scary.
know, our producers, you know, the real producers, the classic producers, and I'm not gonna say it's terrible for them to do, but I'm like this. We know you have choice, you know. You have the choice to say, I want to eat the apple or not, or eat off the tree of knowledge. And I think with the whole AI movement, I say no. because it's too robotic for me. It doesn't feel natural. It feels evil. And I just hope that a lot of people fight against it. Because if it wins, we're done. We're
Yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
So I love you guys. I'm gonna go get my car before they put me out of the mall. I
Yeah,
think it's
no,
closed.
no,
I
we
think it's
appreciate.
closed at 7.
No, we love you and appreciate you, Jackie. But yeah, we'll do this again soon.
Yeah, I'll pick. Well, y'all send me an album that y'all want to do, and then I'll tell you if I'm interested in that album. Y'all let me know.
Or if you think of any albums you want to do, let us know. Seriously, let us know.
Okay. I think. Let me see. I'll think of one because maybe we could do. Can we go back a little bit? Maybe.
Of course we can.
You're talking about what 60s, 70s? What are you talking about? Oh, 80s.
No, not 60s. I'm not a 60s girl. I'm a 70s girl when it comes to like the real music, the Earth, Wind and Fire, Ohio Players, Rick James and them coming from the 70s and 80s. I like that's me. Like that's the music I grew up on. Confunction, SOS Band, you know, when that's how I met Babyface and LA and Babyface. I met them when they were the deal. We were on the road together. And that's when I met LA and Babyface. And when I kid you not, and I think I told you this before, Namdi, they used to get off the bus with suits on. And I'm like, how the hell did y'all sleep in suits? Because y'all came off the bus, everybody got a suit on and Jerry curls, and y'all look like y'all about to go on stage. You know, meanwhile, we look crazy. You know, we from New York, we all dusty, we all getting off the bus looking crazy. And they coming off the bus with suits, you know, and their Jerry curls and stuff ready to go on stage. No lie, no lie. But that's why I love LA Reid to this day. LA was always my favorite. We talked all the time. That's my boo. I love LA Reid. But anyway, we got all of those stories for later. So let me think of a record. Let me think of a record.
Don't
All right,
worry.
y'all. So
All right.
I'm gonna go get the
Take
snow.
care,
I'll
Jack.
see y'all later.
Stay
All right,
warm.
Jackie.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
baby. Thank you.
Oh goodness. So how have we felt about today, guys?
Just it's a real. You've got to sum up what you know. We had an opportunity there to talk to Rodney Jerkins. That, you know, the guys produced Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Mary J. Blige. I mean, how many? That's a humbling experience. How many R&B fans would love to have had that moment? Please reel the bit that I asked him about Roy Ayers. I know what I mean when I do things, please, Andy. I'll send you a check in the post, mate.
How did you feel, Lorraine? Because you didn't ask a question. You just kept.
I was like, is this really happening? Well, sorry, Namdi. I'm not like you. I don't have these people in my phone or following my channel. So to me, it was such an amazing experience. Like, I really can't believe that happened. And, you know, he was just answering questions and just, you know, dropping gems. So I truly appreciate this experience.
I'm so glad you were here for that, because that, you know, for what you've been doing, to also have that moment with us like that will inspire you to keep pushing with what you're doing. Because, you know, moments like this happen if you keep doing what you're doing. Same thing I did on radio for 10 years when I was thinking, should I keep going? Should I keep? And then a moment like this would happen, and it just keeps you pushing on. So I'm glad it's happened. I'm glad you were here to experience it. You know.
Yeah.
Me too.
I was glad to be able to ask him about when we touched on how the whole story that Teddy was just outside and just said, "Hey, can you build?" and how simple it just felt like it. But that's such a golden track, which I hadn't heard until we did the album review, and I'm like, man, this is. As soon as I heard it, it was number one. But and I didn't know that was Teddy. I'm thinking, oh, I wish Teddy was doing something similar to this. But yeah, I mean, the fact that you know it's and I know there's a time I think I did an interview and stuff, and Terry Lewis commented, so I'm very mindful of, and even how I Lily from SWV when I interviewed Tabitha from Cut Close, she commented like, man, this because Tabitha was talking about her own experience, and Lily commented. So it's a good thing that we always show love in a respectful way. We may not like a song, but it's never nothing bad and stuff like that, because you just never know who's watching, who's listening, and it's always a celebration. Well, so yeah, I appreciate Rodney for joining and blessing us with that stuff. All right, guys. So we appreciate you guys as always. Always, as you guys, you guys are always part of the show. Every comment you make, as even though I've put it up here now, but we're all watching and listening to that and adding to it. So we appreciate everything that you're doing and stuff like that. So there for everything. I mean, there's also a video for it.
Yeah,
I think we
do remember that remix.
yeah. All right, guys. So
total in a few weeks, haven't we? The total we got. Never mind Total R&B podcast. We got the group Total. We'll be doing their albums in a few weeks. So looking forward
goodness,
to that.
I forgot about So guys, so next week is New Jack Swing podcast. We are doing a Christmas special, and then on the 28th, we're doing the total catalog, both their first and second albums. So join us for that. So get your top 10 ranked, and Adelaine will join us back on that as well. But as always, we appreciate you. We love you guys. We're going to do a quick debrief while we say goodbye. And then we'll catch you guys next week and the week after next. Take care.
Good evening. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
Somewhere in between
us, or even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
she's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay, you okay.
They understand what Jonas' voice meant.